Go ahead, Jaimy.
Well, again, as we're saying, yes, I mean what you are seeing is a division in the, like you said, you're actually experiencing something that's like, wow, I've never seen something like this, and this is definitely signs of the end times, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, I believe that it's just the beginning, and due to the fact that we're talking about law enforcement, which is vital for us to have in every county, it is what keeps law and order, which is something that has always been a foundation for the United States. And I think that, what we've seen in the transition, like you're saying that you saw, the police officers and the people uniting, that's always has, I think it's always been that way. I've never seen the division in such, form as they're trying to magnify it in the media, and we've always known that the person who has brought up with morals will always appreciate a service of a police officer because their life is on the line every day. They don't know if they will come home,
That's right.
And we value them and we appreciate them, and I don't think no one could even think that they're not necessary.
Yeah, right.
That would be a very stupid judgment if they were to try to implement something like that, because they are the core of why people sleep at night,
yeah,
with peace and all that, because they know that there's always police officers, around on duty. I mean, every city has their budget. Every city, always, of course, every police officer's duty is to make the city a safer place, and their expectations is to see less crime. That is always their number one goal. Their goal is not to increase more cadets or more police officers. That's only if needed. But their whole agenda is to flatten the actual crime rate in any city or any county.
That's right. That's right. I mean, this is exactly my point, because these are so viable sources that we need here in this country. The only way to keep the terrorists, the bad guys, out in bay. I mean, this is what the whole entire point is. I mean, you have monsters in sanctuary cities, okay? And now the monsters, if they get rid of the law enforcement of sanctuary cities, guess what? There's going to be abundance of crime, abundance of people getting hurt, innocent lives be lost. They are going to lose future registered voters. I'm putting it politically. Why am I putting it politically? Because there's an election coming up this November. I'm putting this where it's necessary to put this on air. And no other network has said this yet so far. None of them have ever said this yet last week or this week. I have not heard this on the air at all whatsoever. What I'm telling you is real. This is real. This is not make-believe. This is not trying to scare you. This is why all lives matter. This is why I do care. This is why I'm passionate about being a reporter, a real news reporter, not a journalist. I don't want to have the title of journalist. I want to have the title of a news report, because I'm reporting the news as it happens. And that's what I did this morning. And I'm telling you, last night, I felt like the end of times. And then this morning was like a revival for me. It felt great because I saw what the demonstrators last night in Texas and in Atlanta, Georgia, incredible, just peaceful as can be, united It was so refreshed. Uh, it was so inspiring. I loved it. I just love it because all lives matter, and we really do care in this network. I mean, we have we have had a picture posted on Facebook and also on Twitter too as well. By the way, of woman, an African American woman, hugging a police officer after her husband was KIA in action. Her husband was an officer, and she got her husband was KIA in action due to terrorists. They torched his police unit. They burned him while he was in there. Sad, just sad. But I mean, something always good's come out of tragedy, and what I saw today was a revival of that. It really was something that you had that we're only going to see here on this network. It's incredible. I mean, I just cannot put it into words how thankful I am for this God, for the country, for having you as a guest. I just cannot thank God enough to for the opportunity He's given me to have this put out there. It's incredible, just incredible inspiration. Go ahead, Jaimy.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me on here. And that is what we are to promote. And that will be always part of my campaign, but also part of me whenever I am the Congresswoman for District 29, is to bring unity into our world, into our nation, and love. Because without love, we don't really have the core of what brings us and unites us in one, is to love one another as Christ loved us. And also, do unto others as you will want them to do for you. That's always been the golden rule. And when we strive for that, and we, each and every one, holds on to that, then we will be able to bring that change. Like they say it all the time, be the change that you want to see. And it has to start with each one of us individually in order for it to be fruition, come to fruition.
Amen to that. So we're doing our part. That's for darn sure. We are doing our part. It's pretty cool to see. The response on social media today was just phenomenal. People came to us today. We have people from Switzerland. We have people from Ireland. We have people from Norway. We have people from Jamaica down to all the way to Brazil, Mexico, Dubai, Italy,
wow,
China, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, Germany. We have people from Switzerland, Sweden, Norway, Portugal. Just incredible. I love our friends. I love our friends around the world. I mean, they are a part of the United States. I treat them as they were in America right now. That's how I treat these people on social media. I treat them as everybody, as we treat our own people in this own country. That's how I treat people around the world. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the skin color. It doesn't matter where you come. It doesn't matter if you're from Africa. We love you. We just love South Africa. We love you guys. We love you. We just love them. We just love it. We just love it. We open everybody with open arms here. It's like a storybook being told, and having the pictures being read to you, and that's what we do here. We just open a book up and we read you the book. That's all we do. That's what a journalist does. That's what they're supposed to do. That's the job of a real journalist. Again, I'm not a journalist. I'm a reporter. Why? Because I love the title of a reporter. Because I'm reporting the news. I'm giving you a book. I'm reading a book to you. That's what we do here. That's all we do. It's pretty simple. It's so simple.
Right.
It's so simple. I just love it. I am so thankful that we can be in a country, the greatest nation on God's green earth. Well, that's why we are superpower of the world. We are the superpower. We're not. We don't abuse our power. We take the power that we have and we channel it towards the better good, and make people good. Make people come to America who love freedom, who love our flag. I mean, last night.
And everyone knows that America's made of, diversity. That's what we're known for,
Yeah. Yeah.